Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to DiRT 3. Let's see, so how are we doing? It's a new day for me and it looks like there's only a couple things here to do. So we could probably skip that for now and do one of these to start with, the Kilimanjaro Classic. Is Mount Kilimanjaro in Kenya? I don't think it is. So I don't even know specifically what we're doing here. See, this is some kind of energy drink.
I tell you to be careful out there, but if last race is any indication, I've got nothing to worry about.
For this entire race. I used to drink a lot of 5-hour energy drinks and it was barely doing anything to me, where if I gave it I drink a 5-hour energy extra strength. If I gave it to somebody else, they'd drink half of it and then practically roll in the ground with how much caffeine it was in it. But eventually it did get down to the point where if I drink one, it will force me to be awake and mostly alert, but it will also make my eyes feel like they want to bleed out of their sockets. So it's not a very fun feeling. But then again, it is also the only energy drink I've ever drunk that had any effect on me at all. Like all the others, even the regular strength 5-hour energy drink wouldn't do anything at all. And I assume that's just because I would need that massive. It's like a 5-hour energy drink is 260 times the daily recommended amount of caffeine. So that massive amount, I think, probably starts to affect me, but anything less than that I can just ignore. My body doesn't seem to react to it at all. So no real great solution there. I've tried no-dose, I've tried other things. And of course, the reason I'm doing all of those things is because I suffer from insomnia.
Your fans will go nuts when they see that. Let's post it on YouTube.
I need to be quiet anytime I get to the end of a race because I'm trying to cut out these audio clips where it says posted on YouTube. But I forgot there. Yeah, so I suffer from insomnia and trying to stay awake when you actually should sleep and should have good quality sleep, which is not what I get usually. It's very bad quality sleep. You're really just forcing your body to do something that's unhealthy for it and making it worse by drinking something that's probably not the healthiest thing for you. However, I still occasionally do it because naturally I want to sleep till like 5 or 6 in the evening, and then stay up all night till 6 in the morning, which does not work when the rest of the world wants you to live the 9-to-5 lifestyle. And simple things like going to a post office becomes a problem when you're never awake when they're open, or going to a bank.
Easy left. 40. Jump. 60. Easy right into medium left. Tightens. 40.
And we're already out of things to talk about. This is definitely a weird experience for me. Is to be just slightly over halfway through a game and not be able to find anything to really say here because it's so repetitive. We went back to Jen for our co-pilot voice. Game could have more co-pilot voices, but I wouldn't really demand it.
Easy right over crest. Easy left.
It's hard to get how much of a video game's budget really goes to the voice actors. I don't think it's a ton. Apparently somebody lost their bumper. See, that time he didn't even say anything. But I wouldn't be surprised if it added $1 or $2 to the price of a game if they were gonna just release a DLC pack of a new voice, even though they're not saying that much. They're barely in the description saying 100 different words, probably less, because it's just left, right, medium, long, 3, 5, 80, a few numbers. So
100. Easy left. Dip. Crest. 100. Hairpin left.
So yeah, I imagine it would just take a couple of days in the recording studio to get another voice in there, but maybe there's some audio cleaning up that takes another week. They would add some money to it, but
medium left.
yeah, I can't imagine a DLC pack being more than $3 still for a new voice pack. StarCraft, I think, gives out voice packs for free.
40. Care. Water splash.
I could be
60.
wrong about that though.
Easy right. Easy left.
Like, I know that Total Biscuit recently
right,
made a
easy
StarCraft
right.
voice announcer pack that I think is for free.
Into medium right. Keep in. Medium left onto narrow bridge.
Almost slid out there on that curve.
Medium left into medium right opens.
See, this race doesn't feel anything like Kilimanjaro, unless I'm just confused. I don't think Mount Kilimanjaro is in Kenya, and even if it is, I'm certainly not seeing a mountain around here, unless we're on top of the mountain and it's a very small mountain.
Just a bump. Hold it together.
I totally flipped that car there.
Medium left long.
Just a bump, hold it together, she says.
Medium right. Don't cut.
I may not
Medium
make it.
left.
I may not like first place here.
60. Hairpin right.
Nope, still first place. Was that a clean race? No,
40.
because I hit something, but
Jump into medium left.
I assume the co-pilots are kind of lying to you when it says
Keep
just
right
a
over
bump.
jump into.
Don't worry about it.
Easy
They're
right
trying to
over
keep your morale up.
60. Easy right. Into
Honestly,
medium
I
right.
find that idea annoying.
40. Easy left. Keep right on
Nothing
exit.
annoys me faster than somebody lying to
40
me.
over finish through narrow gate.
I would much prefer my co-pilot, if I was really doing this, to say, that was a bad one, but keep going.
Okay, nicely done. On to the next.
No rest for the wicked. The wicked awesome.
Like, I would be cool with them saying, like, you've totally lost, give up. I want honest and accurate information. I don't want somebody just to be a yes man or yes woman. But of course this is a video game, and I guess in video game
Thanks to your
speak,
outstanding driving,
we get
you've
lied
been invited
to all the
compete in
time.
Nixon Gold Series. You're setting a good pace so far. Keep it up, and you'll definitely qualify for the Winter X Games at the end of the season.
I guess, yeah, when you really think about video games, that's all they're doing. This game is a excellent example of it. While I'm playing on casual, it's just lying to me left and right, letting me win when it shouldn't. There's no real world scenario. Like, I couldn't, with my skill of driving right now, even
You've
using
dominated Rallycross
a
races
controller
so far, but keep
interface,
focused. The
I
competition
couldn't
will be
go
looking for
to an
opportunity to
entry
take advantage.
league of rally car racing and get first place. I can guarantee you that. So there's no real world equivalent to what's happening here on casual. It's just letting me win with no challenge. And there's a problem with it being called casual at all, because it does feel like I'm gonna have to get a little bit better at steering nowadays, because when I think of the word casual, I think of casual stroll through a park, and this is more like a casual 5K walk, because we've been going for so long with so many races, and we've already done this race before, so I don't know why we're doing it again. I don't know why the game felt it necessary to kind of make it repeat itself. And these are the standard position races. It would have been better if these races had been unlocked first, and then the other races unlocked later. So you just had an easy position race to begin with, and then the rally race later. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can survive this. Oh look, the game rubber banded and let me win by crashing the person in first place. So easy. Clear example of the game intentionally letting me win. That crash almost certainly wouldn't have happened if I hadn't crashed myself. We're on lap 4. As long as I don't really screw it up, I've won. I suppose I could turn down the brightness for the brake lights, because sometimes the car's brake lights are very bright, but that's something I would prefer to be able to adjust just on the car itself, and say reduce brake light brightness, or maybe brake light lens flare, because everything else is fine. And it only happens, I think, at dusk when they have their brights on. But it's slightly distracting when I have the auto throttling and the corner braking on, and through no actions of my own. Is this a new racetrack? This looks new. This would be an odd place for them to introduce a new racetrack. Go. I don't know why it's specifically pointing out Tanner Frost. I guess he's the pole position car. So if I was going to get bronze, I had to pass him. And see, now that we don't have the brights on and it's bright outside, you can barely even notice the brake lights. This feels like a new track, but I bet it isn't. I bet it's the exact same track, just going backwards. So we're on lap 2 and we're in second place. It is starting to get slightly more difficult to guarantee victories. But now I'm in position 1, and as soon as I get a little bit of buffer between myself and all the other people, like right about now, I've probably already won the race, and we're in the middle of lap 3 of 5. And it would give me more challenge if it was only 3 laps, because then I'd have to actually not make any mistakes, which is more in line with the spirit of rally car racing as far as I can figure, is having clean runs and not making mistakes. So yeah, I wish this was only 3 laps and I had the struggle to get to first in 3 laps, versus having 2 extra laps to continue working on the problem. Now, of course, as soon as I start playing on intermediate or advanced, I wouldn't be able to control the car at all, and then I wouldn't win at all. It's very bipolar in that sense. It's either too easy or too hard, and there's very little in the middle. And this is a common issue with racing games, is the idea of rubber banding. So if you're far ahead in first place, the cars will speed up behind you so that they at least feel like they can pass you. I don't think this game does that at all. I think it just tries to actually simulate what's going on, but then it helps me by making my car drive better and maybe even go faster than all the other cars. But it doesn't stop helping me. So then I'm 10 seconds ahead of the next second place car. Where I'd again prefer something more Mario Kart-ish. Like, if this was something like Mario Kart where we could have weapons and knock things out and do all the attack things, going in circles kind of makes sense, and then it's easy to ignore because you're focusing on knocking out the cars ahead of you and behind you. But since this is just racing, going in circles becomes very obvious and annoying. And there were even times when I was playing Mario Kart where if I'd lost, trying to finish a race often became annoying because I knew I had already lost. But I guess I could have hit start and reset the race, maybe. Maybe you couldn't on some of them. I definitely remember doing a few races and knowing it was already too late. And we're back at lap 3, we're back in first position, and by the time we're past this round, we'll be so far ahead of the second place car that he'll never catch up. We're also seeing more damage happen. When we first started the game, there was no damage happening. Cars weren't hitting things. There was no broken bumpers on the road. And now more and more cars are getting hit, and damage and broken bumpers are sitting on the road. Which I assume is just to say that we're getting into the more expert style of driving, where collisions are at higher speeds and all of that. But it is an odd inconsistency. You know, it wouldn't be terrible to do a tutorial race that was just don't crash your car, and you would start with 7 other cars of people who are just terrible drivers and have them one by one crash ahead of you, and you're just trying to avoid being part of that collision. Like, avoid the 7 car pile-up style thing. Probably isn't what they were going for in this game, but that would be a fun thing to do, at least once as a tutorial, to get the basic idea, avoid collision, out of said out loud. Sometimes games do just need to say out loud. So yeah, like something like that, except for have more cars and have them crash one by one. So third position in the first lap. Can we get to second before the second lap? Yes. Well, no. And see, he just lost his bumper. And as long as I don't crash, we're done. Why they're crashing so much on this racetrack, I don't know. The only thing I could say is the curves are kind of sharp and the road is paved so they can go faster than most of the dirt rally roads that we do. I wonder if racing car people actually hear any of the noise outside. I bet they don't. I bet they have headphones on and they're being talked to by spotters and such, and they don't hear any of the noise of the crowd or even the engines of their own car, or maybe they listen to the engine of their own car, but maybe not the cars around them. Let's see. We're on lap 4 and we're so far ahead. As long as I don't hit the bumper that's around here, I should be fine. And I imagine the crowds do constantly set off air horns and stuff, whistles and yell. It's probably deafening if you're actually there. Yeah, you probably should go use ear protection going to any kind of racing events, even in the stands. I would probably say wear sunglasses and ear protection and sunscreen, and have lots of water, just as a general idea. Be careful of germs. Let's see. Okay, we're at 26 now. Monster Energy Racing. And then the question is, can we do the Gymkhana attack? Let's see. If this is doing things in order, I can't do it. If this is
I've got a stack of tires that need to be shredded. Don't let me down.
If this is doing different races, I can't do it. So my only hope is this is one of the ones where I can just drive around and crash into things or do whatever I feel like. Get 0.55 the pass challenge. So, yeah. That's one. But that wasn't enough of a drift. let's see. So we're just gonna kind of take the tour here, and I want me to do a donut here. And I've already done a donut there, I bet. So this is the one where that's 3. They want me to do a drift. That's 4. Let's see. I've already taken too much time though, so I can't even get a bronze here. That's 5. What's funny is I'm actually gonna get this. There's a chance I'll actually get this done, but not really.
Tough break, compadre.
Okay, so I can't do that. Like, they gave me an extra 60 seconds, no, 40 seconds there, and I still couldn't get everything done. So I'm never going to get all of these gold. And if I needed to get all of these gold to unlock these, then I'm never going to touch these. That's just where we are at now. And that's not a great position to be at. And let's see, how long are we going? We've gone long enough, so next time we will do this, and I guess we have caught up. There's nothing more to do. So we did catch up until these things unlock. Which, when will those unlock? I don't know. They better unlock pretty soon. So this is our next race. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.